And now a warm welcome to today's race on Bahrain. It's my first commentary for the HRF. And now it's the HRF1 community. Today we have a not full grid, but it's Father's Day, so I think next time we have a full one. And we check the start. We got 15 drivers. And I have to check if my mic is on the game. Then I have to check it and set it off, of course. If I find it. So don't know if it's off. To all of the spectators, all at the lobby, and all in the 2-driver career mode, so I set it on. This would be great. And we're waiting. It's my first time, so I have to go inside this setup from the game. Till this time I was a driver only, not a commentator. The race starts and I can't get on the drivers, but we have a first penalty, a first warning to HRF1 Chris on the McLaren. But why I can't not go inside the car? But we will check it. We have a little bit of writing at Discord, and it's a little bit of funny things. The creator of this race or of this community got the first crash, first round. And now we have an off track from the Haas from Clemens 61. But why I can't get into the cockpit? Maybe I have to set this also so I can check the OBS settings. Set this on the window mode. Get to the auto screen. A little bit weird. Now we take the back on the full screen. Then I don't have the chance to check some things. It's another thing to be prepared for the next time, definitely. And we have a lobby option too. But it's not. No things. I got to push the escape button. Then we are here. But sound is very down, unfortunately. We got a TV camera. And let's check a few rounds on the server. While we got another full picture here. I have to check it. Very weird. Why it's this? This picture so small. Yeah, because I don't change this. Then we got a full picture. Yes. Oh man, Heinz. First time for this crowd. And totally fucked up. Ooh, some late braking here. Sharp corner. He cuts, go on the curb. We have an outlap driver from Alpine. And we are on the view, I think, on the cockpit with VOLUNGIS. A nice corner here. But I really get into this to control it. And we could change the view of the camera. But we only have these two settings. and I think we can't hear them very good. So we switched to this one. We can change this in this menu also. That's not bad. We got a name. We got a telemetrics. We don't need a map. We see the track, so I don't think we need a map. And for now, I can say the pole goes to Cameron 61 with a 1:27.6 on track on Bahrain. And what is Volungis doing here? I don't know. I don't know. And let's check the MASSEY F1 and the Alpha Tauri. Volungi's is a legend. I read on the chat. But this corner outside this was not legendary. I called him not legendary. But we will see, we will see. We got a qualifying of 5 minutes left. Ooh. The rear comes, oversteering. And late in the pit on the limiter. And who is on track? Admin is on track. We got HRF1 Chris at the McLaren. And let's check without the UI what he can reach for time. Very good corner on the third gear. And this was a 128.7 and a little bit off track. There's a bonus. And of course I drive by myself. I bought it for 2 days ago. And for me, it's a big improvement on the aerodynamics, on the brakes, on the HBS and TCS. It's masterable. He uses the track. But it's not a better time. And not a good hit in, I would say. And now with a VXHUNTER on Red Bull. Now we see his lap. He got a 1:28.8. And we got much drivers with a 28. Got 7 drivers with a 28. 6 drivers with a 29 and 1 driver with a 27. He's very fast on track. I think maybe for the start we take this. It's not so loud, but for the start, if something's happened, we got this view. I think it's better for us to see it. And let's change another time to the Aston Martin with CL Craig. And I think we got no movement at this point. We got the first, the second and the third definitely fixed. We got the pole from Cummins 61 at the last team. Then we got the AMG Petronas VPUI and then MASSEY F1 from the Alpha Tauri. Then we go on with the Stucker F1 team, with the Ferrari, with another Alpha Tauri, the first McLaren and the first Red Bull on 7 and 8. And of course we only got 1 Williams and 1 from the Red Bull from the teams. And 1 Aston Martin. And let's see how he drives. And he takes much space from the track. Very good. And movement. We got a new pole from WPUI on the AMG and some sync drive in here. But this is a thing I thought on this last 1.5 minutes this would be fixed, but I was wrong. And yes, we have a stream. Maybe someone could post the link from my YouTube channel on the Discord channel, because if I do it, we are not more in the game mode. Then we have my desktop. And now we see it. The gaps from the first 5 drivers, we got under a second, and then we got over a second, and the last drivers 2 seconds more. It's much, of course. And now we are 2 minutes away from the start of the race. And I just see at the moment we got the names on the boxes. If the drivers are on the grid at this race. And maybe let's check. This is a little bit louder here. This is not so loud. Maybe we can do this and then and now I dropped the link in. And we are right back. We are right back. And now we wait for the start. And I'm excited to see how the drivers attack on the first corner or the first 2 corners. It's the first and the following. And I think for the race we got 28 or 29 rounds, 29 laps to go. And for those who doesn't know this, it's not my native language. You can hear it, I think. But I do my best, definitely. And we got it for the VSR Phoenix from Assetto Corsa Competizione. From this races also, if the sound settings are not so good mixed in this live stream, we could change it for the next time and make it better. But I said it. It's just like I said. I have not much time for the preparation, and next time we will we will much better be prepared to have a minimum standard, of course. And just for those who wants to see it in VR mode, we have on my channel, I drive it in VR. And now let's check it. We get into it. The drivers are at the warm-up round. We have a little bit of warming here. We got some different tire types. We check the tires. Let's check it. Where it was. Now we have here the tires, and now we see we have 3 drivers with hard tires, 4 drivers with soft tires, and other drivers are on mediums. And I think the hard tire drivers want to go all of the laps. Now we got the possible strategical things from the crew for the boxing stops. And I think we get the changes from the positions also. And I think for the next time I will change the language on English so you can follow these menus. Ooh, that was a little mistake from WPUI. A little bit of chaos. I think for the start we have a clear picture. With the 6 we can change it immediately. And now we start. We got the red lights off. We starting in. Everybody got a good start. Can't see someone who gets a bad start, but first corner very close from the Haas and the AMG. Now the gap is a little bit bigger. Everybody uses the track, both of the first and the second, and they get into her lines, to her breakpoints, and watch on of the tires and the brakes, of course. And we have a fighting of a little group. Let's get a little bit behind this first racers, the first drivers. We got a fastest lap from the first with 1:34.8. Ooh, some smoke here. And we see in the back, we can see clearly the large gaps. Now let's check this little file with the Sauber and the McLaren. And we have to do this. Makes this on to see who we have here. But the first three are stable, even in the second round. And we got much movement. We got LISTAEGG from the Williams, who gets 3 places, and LIEKORIUS at the Alpine loses this, and the second faster from Emperor from the Scuderia Ferrari. And it's close, it's very close on these 2 groups. But a big group, a small group, and the last ones, P14 and 15. And I think that's the most hated corner at this game. And we go back to the first. And let's see what he takes and what he do with her or his with his chasers. Now we got a new best, a new fastest lap from the McLaren. And we got 3 seconds penalty, 3 seconds warning for WPUI. We can see it. And he's in chasing mode. Little part braking from the Haas. And I have to ask the drivers if they have her TCS and HBS off, or if they have a rule for that. The little gaps getting bigger from the little groups. Got the first 5 or 7, I think, till to the first Stacke car. We got this group and the midfield group. Ooh. That was close. He steers hardly back and cuts the AMG. Oh, but it's not getting bigger at this time. I think the gaps are a little bit fixed now for the next rounds. And we change the driver and see on the back from the VXHUNTER at Red Bull. Maybe we change the camera view. And of course, with the hard tires, you have to struggle a little bit more. There's some smooth steering, very smooth. He had a little bit more space, but he didn't use this space for the corners. Also here, you can take the half of the car on the left side. They are still on track at the limits. A little bit close here, a little bit too fast. And now let's see if he gets this. I think driver in front of Volungis got a little bit of smoke. From the speeding we got off track. A little mistake from the bad, the Alpha Tauri. And this took very much time on the lap. Definitely very much time. And the first two, WPUI and Cameron 61, are fighting on the first and second. And MASSEY got to the box and is now on P11. Thought what happened there, but of course at the box you lose this time. And if you are smart, you get this time back. If the other drivers are at the box. I think the bed was a little bit too slow here. And Hunter took his chance. Now he loses a little bit of time, and VOLUNGIS got a penalty of 10 seconds for speeding in the pit. And that's of course it's a thing you have to deal with it. Have to brake early. And find the point exactly where you can hit the limiter button. To be safe, without a warning and a penalty. Some little bit steering, don't need it. Can clearly drive on the right side till this corner begins. And then you go slightly from the gas. But okay. Maybe with the hard tires. That's to struggle a little bit more than I think. And recheck. A little bit of the back, also important. And of course Massey loses his... Oh, we got another penalty for Emperor of 3 seconds. And now we got 3 drivers with the penalty. And 2 new pit-ins from Rogue Warrior and LISTAEGG. And these both drivers also don't use this space, this wideness of the track. You can go with the half of the car outside of this track. If the wheels are on the track, you'll be fine, you'll be safe. But I only saw 3 or 4 drivers who do this on each round. It's a little bit weird. Maybe the other drivers are a little bit scared of the curbs. And that's a sure thing. If you hit the curb wrong, you are definitely out. Some little bit steering low needed here. Maybe it's the nervosity or something like that. But each time you steering, you lose time. It is like it is. Now he uses the DRS zone to overtake the Aston CL Craig. And I like to have the car on the fourth here, for the second corner. You don't have this problem he got to make a little burnout on point. And loses time definitely also with this with such a traction loss. And now we got VXHUNTER on the second, the bad on the third. Some movement. Getting back to the first. And he got a little burnout too in the second corner. And he takes, we can see this use of the space. And check this corner very easy. And this is the thing that makes you fast. Use the track. We got a new fast lap from LISTAEGG with a 1:31.8. And another time too hard, pushing on the gas. Also here at this corner, goes very, very far outside, and then he steers in very good, very well. And now let's check VXHUNTER on the second, and the gap is big, very big. It's the full length of the start-finish straight. And a better corner without a burnout. Even here a little bit more of the space. You got so much space. You have to use it. And now let's check the driver behind Hunter with a huge gap. You see Hunter on the corner, on the next corner. Then we got this little fight. The gap is not so big, and maybe we can set the details on stops. Each driver got a stop, and WPUI and Hunter have to do their stops. So the space is then smaller, of course, if they pit in. They don't have this one round or almost one round in front of a new fastest lap from Chris with a 1:31.7. And now maybe the tires and some old tires from WPUI, 13 laps on the hard tires. That's much. And he gets slower, definitely. And 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds on penalties. But I want to have the time. But we don't have the time, unfortunately. I think we go back to the menu. Then we got the times of each to compare, I think we do this on the racing, and then we got the times, I think, on the next. Nope. We didn't. Unfortunately, we don't have the times. Don't know why, but it is like it is. Then we go back. And now we see the gaps not so big. I don't know if the drivers are on the pit. Yes, they got their pit stops. The gap is not so big, but they are still on first and second. The only thing, they changed the first and the second from Chris and DBOM. It's now on the second. And both of the drivers got medium tires. And of course with the 3 seconds on top, he got a very hard pace. It's a very hard pace now to make it happen. But the gaps, I think he reached it if he. I think if the first and the second got a crash or something, maybe there is some chance. But I don't think so that the first and the second, that one of the drivers make a big mistake here in round 16. Got 13 rounds left. And now we check the 4th place. And now we see here a big gap. Don't see the driver in front. VOLUNGIS. He sees the driver, but it's also a big gap. Don't think it's a DRS. It's the DRS mode. Possible, I think it's over a second. And also VXHUNTER, sorry for that. VXHUNTER definitely also not in the DRS zone. And I think I could say it for each. Oh, I think this is not a big gap. I saw it a little bit different on the corner. Now it's definitely a big gap. And a new fastest lap from WPUI on the mediums, of course, with a 1:33 or a 1:30 and 3, not 33. I have to make a point on this, I guess. And let's see the other drivers. I think it's a very big gap. Now these two drivers are close to each other. On the zone, at the zone, in the zone, and we got a DRS overtake from LISTAEGG on Williams with the bad. But he don't get this corner good. And the bad is right behind. He got DRS mode activated, and both drivers gets into the corner nearby, and some little failure, and he's been overtaken. Now we see nervosity from LISTAEGG. Now he have to defend it. And tire smoking on the left side, and he got a failure here, and now We got another chance with DRS. And it's some hard fighting here. Very nice. We got another penalty of 3 seconds for the monsters. Now we got 4 drivers. And he gets the ERS mode on to be very fast on the straight, and now it's a little gap. It's not, oh, it's on the DRS zone in the time window from a second. And he gets closer, but I think it's almost close and too heavy on the gas. Much too heavy on the gas. And we got monsters coming from the pit, back on the track with hard tires for the rest of the race. We got now 11 rounds left. And let's see a little bit more on the first ones, but we see the gaps. They are huge, huge Eggman. And we got a MASSEY F1 back on third. Like to see that. Gets his way back on top after the first hit in. Very early, I think it's the thing he keeps in mind with the early stop. You have a little bit more time to overtake the other drivers, even if they are at their stops. And it's very smart, definitely. And now the chaser and the driver in front of the chaser, Emperor and Volungis. And he got the full energy, 90%, and he uses, but he have to use it a lot more. If I drive in, I'm not almost over 40. If I have to overtake someone, I definitely have 40, that's enough, but 80, it's too much. And I have to say on F1 2023, the energy was loading very slow if you go from the gas or you're braking in. Now on F1 24 it's very fast, I think, or faster, the loading, and now he makes this empty. I don't know if this is smart. If you have to defend on a straight and the other got a DRS, you have to be on ERS mode at this time, and you need a minimum of 40. And let's check another time the chasers view a little bit more gaps from this both. And of course you got more ERS options, ERS modes. You can handle it. does it. And he overtakes Volungis on the LISTAEGG F1 team, the neon green car. Most of the people don't like the neon green, but I like it. It's very sexy on the car. Some slow RPM fail on this corner from Emperor. And we got the last 8 rounds. Now we got a yellow flag on sector 1. I don't know what happened there. I don't have a flag on the car to switch in and see what happened on track. But we don't got a safety car, we don't got a virtual safety car, all's fine. And now we got 2 new stops from Massey and from HRF1 Chris, McLaren and AlphaTauri. Maybe they change the tires on the soft for the last rounds, for the last laps. It could be, maybe. I would do it, definitely. The time is there. That's 6 rounds. It's a, ooh, now we see some little nervous steering. The combination of oversteer, understeer, and the aerodynamic on the corner if it kicks in. This was the situation of Volungis at this moment. And of course he got a penalty. Ooh, another. I think this was Scott's Warrior. With another, yes, he got a 10 seconds penalty for this action. And we got the tires compared from Volungis and Emperor. Both tires are okay for the moment. Emperor, of course, a little bit more on the rear, but very equal on the front. And another penalty for LISTAEGG. 3 seconds. We got very much of the penalties on the race. And we got the first out of the session, Scott's Warrior. He quit. Now all is on Volungis to take the 3rd place or even points on the first 10. But WPUI is very fast. Now we see those both drivers fighting. And he takes back. He thinks, maybe not the right time. But he's not shifting. On the 6th and then the 1st, very weird. But okay, let's check. Let's check VXHUNTER again on the Red Bull, the Oracle Red Bull, and now I think it's more than a second for the DRS. I don't know if he gets closer. That's 5 rounds to getting closer, and it's very beautiful to see this brake lines here on track. And now he's got overtaken by Chris, who takes the inner line. But he got a DRS. I think Chris uses the ERS at the time because he was very fast, and the gap's not getting smaller. And Camels on the Haas are chasing Hunter. It's very, very exciting to see. Now we have a new fastest lap on the soft for WPUI with 1:29.3, if I have it right in my mind. Now I think we got another driver out, and we got a safety car, and another penalty from the pad with 10 seconds. The penalty hunters are on the track. Let's check the first. I don't know, it's the virtual safety car, it's the real safety car. Now of course they have to holding their deltas. Don't get another penalty for this. And he uses this little safety car for a stop. And now we have to check it because I want to know. We got the times. We got the times. And now we check the stops. We got 3 stops. And he is almost on the first after the stop. And now we got the safety car, we see it. And we got the old settings. And see the lap times from the fastest laps. And we see so much space. Got a 135, got a 133, and another driver. It's Chris, of course, with the 130, and then we got one driver under this 130 with a 129.3, of course, with the fastest lap till this moment. That's a huge space. Real Formula One, it's 0 point for the comparison. It's it's much movement on the two groups. And unfortunately, of course, this 2 drivers with the DNF. It's very unlucky, but you have to deal with it. And we see how the tires are holding warm. and smooth. And now we switch to the second. Now we have a smaller field again. Across the safety car, still on the track. Oh, one driver on the live chat says he got a rear wing damage. That's, of course, it's not drivable. If you got a rear wing damage, you can get out of the car. Definitely not drivable. I think for the last rounds we going on full view. And we keep the fourth, or maybe we keep the third. You see the first three fighting for the podium. Now the safety car comes in at this round and the race goes on. And we are back with the green lights. And let's see the movement. If we have some movement here on the last rounds. The last laps we have. And definitely with a little crash. A little bit of lightly touching. Emperor goes for the second. And Hunter for the third. But the first is getting definitely away. He's flying over the whole track, but we see he uses the whole space. It's the thing, we can go back. Now we have another penalty for Volungis, another seconds. And now we see here, if we check the first, how he uses the wideness of the track. We saw it another times. Now we can see only thing are the wheels left on the track on the right side. That's the way to go. That's the way if you want to be fast. You have to use it. And we have to full use it. Very good space using here. Very good. Sharpening in, sharpening out, and then cars straight, and then he goes back, and we see it here again, very, very close on the left side of the car, slightly on the track. And another time he goes far offside, then he steers in, and he's fast, he's much faster, only because he uses this space. Another time. And that's the thing I like to see, of course. And we have a winner. VPUI, well done. We have, of course, we have a little bit of penalties. Maybe we have some movement cost a single times they get on top. Maybe we can check it. But now we are on the end of the session. With the driver of the day, VXHUNTER. And of course I have to check where the AlphaTauri driver are on the field, because this was my driver of the day. Now we have a little bit of celebration here with expensive water. And of course, I hope we get a little bit of overview here on the screen. The first drivers leaving this session. And I think, unfortunately, we have no overview here from the race to get a little bit more into it, unfortunately. But MASSEY F1, definitely my driver. He's got a smart stop tactic. For me, makes sense, definitely. And, well, unluckily, the two drivers who don't get a checkered flag. But maybe next time we have all of the drivers, all of the grid, a full grid, and then we go back into this second race. Of course, we have next time we have definitely an interview section, but for this I have to set it up, and I said it, and I say it again. I have not much time for the preparation for this race on this day, but for the next time we have a very custom thumbnail, a very set it up. Yes, a very set it up from the sound to the picture and all other stuff. I will do this, of course, and of course I will do all the links for the Discord, for my YouTube channel, and all the other stuff, the driver names and these things. I will do it in the description from the video, but not directly after this. I think I will make this on the next day. Then I would say it was great. Congratulations, of course, to the first three for the podium. And I hope you enjoyed it, and we hear us for the next race or the next time. And well, then I would say I'm out.